Hey guys! I feel like it's been a while since I last posted, but today, in this video, I built a house using no game passes. So I highlighted where the original Bloxburg without the larger game pass, what is it? Larger plot? Yeah, without that larger plot game pass, where the lines would end and stuff. And I turned off, I think advanced placement. You see the transform tool, but I didn't end up using it. I just accidentally clicked it. Yeah, so I built a house without using transform plus, the basement game pass, the larger plot. Not that I ever really use it anyways. I didn't use advanced. Oh wait, I already said advanced placement. Any of the building game passes basically. So in the very beginning, for like a brief second, you saw the first version of the house I was building. Please don't go back and look at it because it's really ugly, which was why I decided to make this new exterior and new layout. I actually accidentally used a game pass in the very first house that I built because force of habit made me make a porch using the basement game pass and the roof, like the flat roof, and I didn't notice it until after I bulldozed it and after I see it now in the recording. For this house, I had to use a lot of the older hacks hacks where you put the pillars down first and then connect them with walls, and then you do the same thing with fences, where you have the really short fence under the big fence. It was really kind of fun to build more in the classic Bloxburg style because it's really hard to do realism when you can't use or customize basic shapes. You could, but but it's just really hard to and very time consuming, can get really expensive. Here I'm trying to make custom windows, but if you look from like the side or if you look too closely, that little structural beam is actually not inside the glass or like lined up with the frame of the window. It's kind of floating on the outside. Anyways, there were a lot of aspects of this build that were just so difficult for me, which included coloring, because I didn't know if the color wheel was a game pass or not, or a part of a game pass, because I think I bought it after the first update, like after the color wheel update, I kind of just bought it right away, so I didn't I don't know, I'm sorry. So I just didn't use the color wheel at all. I only used the default Bloxburg colors, if this is any help. I struggled a lot with the coloring, the layout, the decorating, because I couldn't place two things really close to each other. You'll see my issues with decorating as I try and do the gardening, which in the end I do end up giving up on. Even though the house went through two different versions, like I had a first version, bulldozed it, and then created this new second version, I would say it didn't take that long to build. I just had to fiddle around with what I could do or what I couldn't do, since it had been it had been forever since I built without any game passes. So when I first got Bloxburg, I think back in 2021 or 2022, literally a few days after I bought the game that was in beta, I bought the game passes. I think advanced placement and second floor, or it was just second floor, and then I bought advanced placement. No, it was second floor, I bought basement, and then I bought advanced placement, but it was really quick in succession, so there wasn't everyone talks about having this phase where they built like really ugly one floor, like 1-story Bloxburg houses for like the longest time when they started out. But you know, I was a little different. I was different. But not that different because I still did make a box. It was just a 2-story box. I had a habit of not working in Bloxburg when I first started out, and because I had no money because I didn't really work and I didn't know how to work, and because I didn't really know how the game worked, I went into it completely blind. I kind of didn't play that much. But once I figured out working and got to, I think, 200k, 300k, I had my friend build me a house, like a super cool hillside mansion that he decorated and everything. And I kept that house for the longest time because I used Bloxburg not for building when I first got it, but more for like roleplay because I don't know, I was just one of those kids. So the house had 3 bedrooms and it was really fun. I don't know, to roleplay, meet new people. Oh, here I'm doing the double roof lining thing. I saw Faulty do it on his YouTube channel and I thought it added more detail into this build that didn't really have much detail. And it kind of looks like roof trim. I honestly don't know why the big gable roof trim roof looks so much thinner than the thinner one, or like the smaller gable roof. But I kind of just ignored it. Here I wanted to make a nice porch area, and so you can really see how long this took me because the game updated as I was building this house. So I started this I'm 2 weeks ago, right after I finished my Japanese building video, because I planned on posting weekly. So I would post the video, so I would work on the build on Friday after I do a little bit of working every single day of the week just so I can have enough money to build on Friday. I would finish editing the video on Saturday and post it Sunday, like, or Saturday night. So that was gonna be my schedule. So I started to do this build. But it just really got, like, it got really busy for me that weekend. I had a really big test, which I did not end up taking since I got really sick. Yeah, so I was sick that weekend as well. And then the week after, where I promised myself I'd finish this and get this video out, was actually my birthday week. Like, because Monday was my birthday, but that weekend I was having a party, so it was really busy. And it was Mother's Day, because my birthday's in early May. So it was really busy, and it took me a while to finish building this house. Also, I don't know, maybe it's because of the lack of game passes, so I couldn't add much detail, and it was getting really frustrating not being able to like place cabinets, place counters where I wanted it to, because not like a single pixel could be going into the wall. I started to lose motivation like really fast. Like, I'd work for maybe 30 minutes at most, like 45 minutes at a time, and I would zone out for half of it just like watching YouTube. So it did take me a while. It's really not that realistic, and it's more of like a 2023 Bloxburg style-esque, I would say. It was really hard working with the exterior that I made, so it was really hard to deal with the problem that I made myself. But I think I did the best I could with what I made. Here, I was getting so frustrated because I couldn't find a big TV stand because a fireplace was just not working for me. but I couldn't find a big TV stand or like a small mid-sized TV that I liked enough. So I just kind of like thugged it out. I don't know. I think my favorite room in this build is the living room. Okay, if you see long pauses, it's because I either went to use the washroom or went to go do something important. Yeah, but the living room is my favorite room. I think I worked the hardest on that room just because I don't know why. Yeah, I don't really know why. I think I've used in this living room, I used items that I never really use or like haven't used before, which was included like the sofa. Like, see, I didn't really know how to build it, but I thought it was super cool. And it's I wanted to build a smaller house just because I thought that it'd be easier to fill up, considering I don't have the use of my precious advanced placement. Oh my gosh, as I'm building this build, I like building this house and decorating it, I realized how good advanced placement is. Like, it's kind of sad that you have to buy advanced placement just because building without it is literally such a pain in the butt. But I'm so glad I have it. Like, I know it costs Robux, so if one lucky person comments, like the first person who comments that they want the advanced placement game pass, I will literally gift it to you. Because Bloxburg lets you do that now. I'll gift you the game pass just because my experience without it was so bad. Anyways, the new update items were so cute. Like, I really liked the rain boots, and there was this really cute small vase or vase of flowers that I used when I was decorating or finishing up the house off camera. The updates are getting really cute. Like, the Easter update was really cute. I really like the chickens, and this update's like so like this is so cute. I like it. Sometimes when I would accidentally have like the advanced placement on, but I don't think I placed anything that if you don't have the game pass you can't place, because I would notice pretty quickly and turn it off. It's just that whenever I join the game and got into build mode, like a new day, or like I log off and log back on, it would automatically turn it on, or like turn the advanced placement on, so like the object's hiding off right away for me. So hopefully you guys can still use it. The roof was so frustrating because of the inside. I was trying to come up with new solutions just so that the outline on the roof wouldn't be as prominent from the inside. But eventually I just realized that I just gave up. But hopefully it still looks fine. Hopefully. As you can see, I'm a real sucker for having closed off areas, even if it's like the entryway is like a giant door frame, so it's basically not even a wall. I just really like having that separation. Sorry, like, it's so hot today. Like, it's 21 degrees outside, but it's almost 9 p.m, so I'm actually sweating buckets. I'm adding small details, which was also really frustrating. Nothing can like be 1 pixel like within each other or near each other. Like, I can't go too close or it doesn't let me place it. I was getting so mad. Like, I think that's the biggest reason it took me so long to build. I was just getting so mad that I couldn't place certain items down. So it is the next day for this part of the voiceover. And it's okay. here I was finishing up decorating the living room, which I said before was my favorite room, which I think is still true. I really admire and respect people who build without any game passes and also know how to color. I struggled so long deciding the pattern of the wall, the colors of the wall. Like, here what you see, it doesn't stay for that long. I realize it looks very, very funky, and I decided to scrap it, and I went with a more, well, I wouldn't say nicer color because cloudy gray is one of my favorite Bloxburg colors, but I went for a more suitable color for a living room and a suitable pattern. I couldn't use decals and like maybe insert my own wallpaper because that would require advanced placement and maybe the transform tool, which I didn't have access to because this is a no Game Pass house. Here I colored everything. I feel like that square pattern of the wood is like one of the more realistic Bloxburg textures, because I don't know, that floor texture was in my one of my older, like where I used to live, had a lot of that floor, and it's very accurate to the old floor I had. I don't know what was happening to my roof. I don't know if it's because I had two overlapping roofs, but whenever I textured the underside of the roof, it just like wouldn't show up. So both of my gable roofs I made brown and with a wood texture, like a wood planks texture, but every time I would check underneath, it was just the solid brown color, which was kind of bothering me. But no matter how many times I left the game and joined back or tried to recolor it, tried different colors, different patterns, I just couldn't see it. Like, all I could see was the solid colors. You can't see it now because I didn't color the roof, but when I do, you'll kind of see. Oh yeah, here. At first I made it gray because I don't really know what to color the roofs, but here I made it brown and wood. And I couldn't even see it sometimes, like with the textures. And I don't know if you see the roof kind of glitching. Maybe because my video is a little low quality, you can't see it. But I spent so much time trying to fix it. Oh, you see it here. It's literally both of the roofs that are overlapping are textured. I literally just can't see it. It was kind of pissing me off. This whole build was basically pissing me off. Anyways, what kind of build would you guys like to see in the future? I feel like I've been doing, I haven't been doing that many videos, but I like building houses. I don't know if you guys want a particular style. I'm just gonna say it right now. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm gonna sidetrack. Finding a stove that could fit in that space was so annoying because it was like 1 pixel short, smaller than a normal block because of the cabinet with the oven. And so most of the stoves didn't fit, and it wouldn't let me place it just because I didn't have advanced placement. So I had to use the small oven, which isn't a bad oven, like it's one of the cuter ones, and I use that in my main builds most of the time anyways, but it was just an issue I had. I would have used the circular stools, but I don't really know which way it faces, and I know it doesn't really matter, especially since, not that I won't use this house, like it's just not like a primary house. Well, I have stopped like role-playing in the game, so it doesn't matter, but you know, just for the sake of it. So I used the stools with the little edges. I wish I could have made like custom stools because I've been seeing like videos about making custom furniture, and I've kind of dabbled in it if you saw like my Japanese house video, like suburban house, but I want to experiment more. But also at the same time, I don't want to because I do like having a house with functional furniture items, but I don't know. Anyway, you see here how I'm recoloring everything. I actually really like the colorful, like realistic books, like the ones you can't recolor. I feel like it just makes the house more like detailed because having solid colored books. I don't know. It's kind of like my pet peeve, but also not. I just like having variety. Bloxburg needs to have more textures because I'm looking for a good wallpaper and I can't find any. My favorite one to use for walls are the stripes though. I really like the ones that I use in the living room walls. That is one of my favorite Bloxburg material texture stuff. I hope they never get rid of it. If you look at how much time I spent in this video in doing like particular things, the most amount of time spent I think was coloring and maybe the roofs. Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I need the kitchens to either have tiles on the walls, the floors, or both. I don't know, maybe it's just because of everywhere I visited, like the different like places I've lived or visited or been in, where the kitchens all had tiles. I just feel like that makes so much sense because tiles are so much easier to clean. You know, in a kitchen where everything gets messy. Oh, for the living room, not for the living room, for the bedrooms, I got so lazy. I can't. So there is 2 bedrooms with double beds, so 4 people could live here. The bathrooms are also kind of copy pasted. Yeah. So here I'm finishing up decorating the bathrooms and kind of fixing the layout issues. I don't know if you've noticed, but bathrooms aren't really like my biggest strength. I just really never know what to put in them. And then I'm finishing up the dining area and also the kitchen. Oh, and then I added a nice little cute window. I really like the cafe curtains that they added. It's one of my favorite things to put in kitchens. And that oven hood was the only one that fit in the space, so I normally don't really like to use the more modern items. Well, like maybe not the items, I just don't really like building in a modern style, but maybe in the future. I added a bowl of kimchi and some chopsticks. If you didn't know, I'm Korean, so I thought that was a nice touch. And my secret tip to decorating is going through the all tab for the decorations and putting every single item. So I ended up finishing decorating the house off camera because I was starting to run out of storage on my computer, and all of the less storage was kind of lagging my game. Or maybe it was the heat, I don't know. So this is a finished entryway / living room. I think it's kind of cute, right? This is the very first bathroom, like the guest bathroom. Why is there a light switch there? Okay. What the heck? Wait, what? How is it? Okay, whatever. This is the dining room and the kitchen. I think that the new spring update is so cute. I really like the bag of, or is it the spring update? I just like the bag of baguettes. Yeah, this is my very cute, very, very, very open, lots of windows, lots of natural light. This is bedroom number 1. Very, very green. So much personality, am I right? And then it's the actual washroom where you could shower. because the other washroom doesn't have a shower, so this is, yeah. This is the second bedroom, which is themed around the color yellow, right? Has a nice closet, has all the essentials. Thanks for watching my attempt at building a house without using any of the Bloxburg game passes. I hope you enjoy, and if you try to recreate this house, I don't know why you would, but if you do, try not to make the same mistakes as I did and waste as much money. And please add more gardening. Just gardening in general was frustrating because I couldn't even add dirt piles underneath like bushes. But anyways, yeah, have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.